All right, we're back on CentralValleyTalk.com. Joining me now, Mike Goossen. He's been with us before. Ran for assessor a few months ago.
I did.
Didn't quite work out, did it?
No, it did not.
But you learned a lot from it.
I did. It was great.
Yeah, and what you've learned, you're turning into this new business now.
Yes.
That you call columns for success with the number
Correct.
4.
With the number 4, correct.
There are 4 columns.
There are in this particular case,
Okay.
yes. Well, you know, I've been doing a lot of financial management consulting with small businesses. And over the years, I've had different jobs, everything from the bottle washer to the CEO of a corporation. So I have a...
Which corporation were you CEO
I was
of?
CEO of the Central California Blood Center for 2.5
Really?
years. Yes, I was.
Wow.
That was a lifetime ago, about 15 years ago.
Yeah.
But I have enjoyed that, and during that time, it came clear to me that there are 4 aspects of business that a company needs to manage well to succeed.
Let's run through them.
Okay, 4. First one and foremost is leadership. Leadership starts at the top. You have a person who had a great vision for a company, and so they wanted to start it, and they're the leader, and they get out of the box and get going, and they forget that there's leaders all the way down, or they forget that they have to provide the vision for the company so that the people working with them know where they're going. So leadership is so important for a business and how it's communicated. A second aspect is strategic focus. What are they doing? Why are they there? Where they're going? If you don't plan where you're going to go, you'll never know when you get there. And many small businesses I've worked with have a lot of great things going, but they aren't focused. They don't have a plan to where they want to get there. And then they look at me and say, man, I want to sell this business. This is wearing me out. And I ask simple questions like, how long have you been doing this? 5 years, 6 years? When was the last time you took a vacation? Oh, I've had a vacation for 3 years. Why is that? Well, because if I'm not here, it won't work.
It'll fall apart. Yeah.
Exactly. Well, then if that's the case, if that's how you're feeling as a business owner, you don't have a business to sell, because if you're the reason that succeeds and you're gone, who's going to buy a shell?
Good point. Good
So
point.
we have to be strategic in our thinking and put together our processes and make the business run without you. That's hard to do, but important. The third thing is people. We've got to have employees, but they can be frustrating. You know, we used to talk about, gosh, we could have a great business, we just didn't have to have all these employees around, because they're just, so what are we doing to hire right, to train, to make them a team, to develop them as individuals? Well, businesses oftentimes don't take the time to do that because why? They're too busy. They don't have a plan. And so bringing that kind of opportunity to help them select their business is what I can do. I have tools now that I can help them do that. And we can develop them into the best of the best so that they can have a good operations and a great team. And then the fourth column is finance. Are you managing your finances in a way that tells you how your business is running? Because everyone wants to make more money. Even a nonprofit wants to have more money to fulfill its mission. But if they're not managing their finances in a way that provides that opportunity, then they're not really taking advantage of what they have. You know, everyone has to be a bookkeeper. You have to have a bookkeeper. You have to do tax returns. You have to pay people. But inside the system of finance, there's a lot to be learned about where you're going. And I can help them find out, are they strong financially? If they're not, what can they do to shore it up? Where they need to be so they can sell it for $10 million like they want. You know, they want to make a big bang up. So financial management is key. So you have leadership, strategic focus, employee development, and financial management. 4 columns for success.
Okay. So are you up and running now, or is this...
Well, actually, thank you for asking. This is very new. As a matter of fact, my website's just up recently. You can get it at columns for success with the number 4.com.
Okay.
You'll find a beautiful website that's going well. Next month, January 15th specifically, in the evening, I am having a lunch party. And any business owner is welcome to come. They can go to my website, find the information, and register. And it's going to be at Pardini's, the banquet hall over on Shaw. Mm-hmm. We're going to have free eats, a little beer and wine, and we're going to talk about columns for success. And we're going to introduce a process or a new approach to this that's not being done in Fresno in a big way. And that's called mastermind groups. Now, a mastermind group is a group of business owners, non-competitors, 7 to be exact, that will come together on a monthly basis and learn key business concepts, discuss it with each other, help each other be accountable, and then improve them as leaders and business thinkers over a 12-month period. And during that 12 months, they'll get 12 different topics. Everything from team building, organizational transformation, the powers of persuasion, key selling, Another one's really interesting called emotional intelligence. Very interesting topic. I'm not sure people even think about that very often, but that's a very important thing on how to... Emotional intelligence. I always get people, what are you talking about?
Yeah, what is that?
Just to break that down in very simple terms, the brain has two major contexts to it. One is the part that reacts to your emotions, and the other is your logic. Me being a CPA, I tend to be on the logic side. But truly, everyone is driven by emotion first and logic second. For example, if you're walking down the street or down a pathway in the forest and kind of dusk, and you see something on the ground and you immediately think it's a snake, what does your body do? It reacts, it changes. Your blood pressure goes up, you react, you get ready for action, right? That's an emotional reaction to a stimulus. Then after a while, your brain starts getting involved, your eyes focus, logic comes in, oh, it's just a stick. You calm down and you move on. So people react initially emotionally and then logically second. So you make decisions lots of time by emotion and you justify them by logic. So if you understand this and you're having a difficult employee and you're not relating, and if you realize that they're driven by emotion first and logic second, it really helps in the communication.
So you get these groups together, 7 people.
7
Do you know
groups,
who the 7 are yet? Or?
Yeah, well, no, what we're doing is at this launch party, we're going to ask people to enroll if they would like.
Oh, okay.
And I have one almost being formed right now. And what it will be, it'll be 7, 5 to 7, depending exactly how many we have. There'll be people who are similar in business maturity, not age, business, like they've been in business 10 years. They'll be together. Entrepreneurs will be together. And they'll be not competitors. You won't have 2 lawyers in there, or 2 CPAs, or 2 computer guys, or whatever. So it'll be separate, and they will become a small group that will, begin to trust each other. They'll build relationships. It can be said that you become the average of your 5 closest friends. So if we have these 7 people in a room, and they're business people, and they're successful, and they're working to help each other, you have a chance to take on some of the quality attributes of other business owners that have succeeded, and you can give some too. So it's a shared thing.
Yeah.
And the success of this is being done in other towns across the country and the world, and it's becoming something that is very helpful to small business.
Now, do these groups run themselves, or
no,
are you the
I
moderator?
run the group. I moderate. I bring, and these 12 topics are delivered to them via iPhone or iPad. It's a download app. They can see the topic, has interactive videos. There's also a hard copy of the same thing, and they bring that to the meeting every month. And the first half of the meeting, we talk about the material. What does it mean? What is team building? What's leadership? What's emotional intelligence? How does that work? The second half of the meeting, they all get to share what's going on in their personal lives, what's going on in their business. So they can talk about personal and they can talk about business. And then everyone else can offer suggestions, solutions, help them develop themselves, become better at what they do. Everyone can get a little bit better than they are. I mean, granted,
Sure.
Many a small business owner is really good at something. They're great at computers, so they start a computer business. They're great at a CPA, so they start a firm. But are they really that great at being a business person? Not always, because they haven't had that kind of training. So this will give them a chance to be exposed to MBA level education for a business owner. So it's in a practical way. It's not a college course.
Right.
It's a practical course. So very possible.
You ask these people to make a year commitment?
I do.
Yeah.
Yes, it's a year commitment, and there's a fee attached, obviously, because I have to have my time in there. We have the information. Along with being a member of this group, they can also get an hour of my time every month to talk about what's important to them, what's going on. Because I'm doing this because I have discovered that many a small business owner has gotten so consumed by their business, their family's left out, their friends are left out.
They don't have a life
They
anymore.
don't have a life. They're totally out of balance. So if I can bring some balance and help them get back in balance in their life, then I've been successful myself. And so I'm really driven. My purpose statement, my business mission statement, it says to bring balance back to the life of small business owners through those 4 columns we talked about already. But if those are soundly set, a business owner can step away, go on vacation, and know that his business is in good shape and will run without him. Now he's got something of value.
Well,
Prior to that, he doesn't.
as someone who just got back from France, I can testify to the importance of vacations.
I've only been out of the country one time, and it was Paris and Normandy, and I just thought it was fantastic.
I love France too. All right.
I agree.
Mike Goossen, how can folks find out more about Columns for Success?
Well, they can go to the website, as we said, columnsforsuccess.com with the number 4. They can call me on my phone number. My cell is 559-681-6559. It's been that way. It's with me all the time. I'm more than happy to talk with them. But my website's the best place. They'll find out all the information about what we do. They'll find out about events. They'll see a video about me explaining what I just explained to you, and a lot of information there. And the event, again, is January 15th, Pardini's Banquet Hall.
But you need to sign up for it.
They need advance registration. If they forget, they can pop in. I just have to have a little bit of a head count.
Sure.
And it starts right after work, and they'll be home by 7.
Cool. All right, Mike Goossen, thank you for coming in today.
Thank you, Mike.
Merry Christmas to
You too.
And we'll be back with more on Central Valley Talk.